Hello, everyone. Welcome on board. Today, I'd like to ask you all a question. Are you all that? Are you all that? What kind of strange question is that you're asking? Don't worry, you understand as we continue. Uh, Now imagine this scenario. You have 20,000 naira cash at hand, and you intend to make two journeys, and you also want to go shopping in between those two journeys. And those journeys are very important to you, and those journeys cost 10,000 naira each, and you intend to spend 10,000 naira shopping. And then you tell yourself, I have 20,000 naira cash at hand, but then I also have at least 15,000 naira in the bank, so I have enough to do what I need to do. And so you make the first journey, 10,000 naira is gone, and then the remaining 10,000 naira cash you have, you go shopping with it. And then after the shopping, you proceed to your ATM to withdraw money so you can make the second journey. You go there and surprise, you are told no money. You check your account balance and you receive a rude shock. You have just 1,000 naira in your account. I mean, that 1,000 naira is the one that is in the bank, usually in our accounts, to keep it functioning. You are in serious trouble now because you are stranded. This journey is a journey that is important to you. You need to make it. I can imagine you are feeling like somebody just poured a heavy bucket of water all over your body. A lot of things are going through your mind now. You are like, why did I not check my account? Why did I think I had that amount of money when I really didn't have it? Why did I go shopping? Why didn't I just make the second journey first and then do any other shopping I needed to do later? Why? And naturally, you'll be thinking of a way to get out of the mess you are in. Just put this scenario in mind as we continue our gist. Yeah, back to my question. Are you all that? That question goes to the root of your opinion about yourself, how important you think you really are. You are living in a world where there are many motivational speakers all over the place telling us we are boundless, we are this, we are that. There's no limit to what we can achieve. We go to church, and in church they quote Philippians 4:19. I can do all things, I can do all things, I can do all things. And they tell you it means that you can do everything. There's nothing you cannot do. You are boundless. And so we walk around feeling very important, feeling all that. We walk around with a bloated sense of our own importance. But hey, is it true that Philippians 4:19 teaches that we are boundless? Sorry to burst your bubble, guys. It is not true. Not true at all. In fact, that verse actually speaks of the secret of contentment, saying that Philippians 4:19 teaches us that there's no limit to our abilities and everything, is sadly what happens when we take a verse of scripture and try to make a doctrine out of it, not minding the preceding verses or the context. But that's the story for another day. All of these messages from the secular world and from our churches combine to give a lot of us this sense of confidence, this superiority complex that we are more important than we really are. So a lot of us walk around with an over-bloated sense of our own importance. It's a problem, big problem. Now, the Bible actually does not encourage anyone developing a superiority complex. In fact, Romans chapter 12 verse 3 admonishes us to not think more highly of ourselves than we ought to think. I like the way a certain version puts it, a New Living Translation, I think. It says we are to have a honest assessment of ourselves, of our strengths, of our weaknesses. We shouldn't think too highly of ourselves. We shouldn't overrate ourselves. Now, when you walk around with an over-bloated sense of your own importance, an exaggerated view of your abilities, you set yourself up for failure in life. You'll be stranded, just like the scenario I painted. The young man or the young woman in that story felt they had more than they really had. They failed to check their account. That's how they found themselves in the position they found themselves. When you are unnecessarily overconfident, when you walk around thinking you are all that, you'll be stranded in life. Where you are supposed to make preparations, you will not make them because you think, this one a very simple matter. I no get wetin I no go fit do. Another thing again with walking around with a superiority complex is you'll be a very unteachable person. You already think you know all now. A full glass of water cannot receive anything again. And there's so much that God and life want to teach you that you'll be unable to learn because you think you are so whatever. Thirdly, which is very obvious, you're unnecessarily proud. You think you are better than other people. You think you are better than this and that. And you lose out because there's so much being humble does for you. There's so much you get when you humble yourself to learn, when you humble yourself to deal with people, when you humble yourself to learn a particular skill. Also, you'll be a very, very gullible person, very easy to deceive, very easy. You see, an overbloated sense of your own importance, of your own abilities, of your personality or whatever is what will make a girl who is dating a married man who tells her very nasty things about his wife. An overbloated sense of her importance is what will make the girl not use her brain and think, wait, if he can say that about his wife now to me, what makes me think that if I eventually get married to this man, he will not speak in this nasty manner about me to another lady outside? Because she thinks she's special, it can't happen to her. Or probably she's dealing with a man who has a long history of violence, domestic violence against women. But she still shook her head inside because it can't happen to me, I'm special. No, darling, you are not all that. You're as human as those girls and you'll soon learn. An overbloated sense of your importance is why you think if I'm not there, the job won't get done. Life has a way of teaching you that you are not indispensable. You're not. And finally, an overbloated sense of your own importance will make you fail. I think I've said this before. Scripture says, pride goes before a fall. You make a lot of mistakes. You walk into temptation for the Christian out there because you think, no, now I can handle it. Instead of you to see a tempting situation, a potentially dangerous situation, and hide yourself, you will walk headlong into it and you will fall. A lot of scandals, a lot of scandals involving people committing one sin or the other have happened. Now, this is not the only reason, but likely one of the reasons is they think peer pressure can't happen to me. I can't do this. I can be in the midst of so and so number of people and not drink. I can be with this guy and not give into sexual immorality. I can be with this lady and not give into sexual immorality. Like that, an overbloated sense of our own abilities or strengths sets us up for a fall. And when you fall hard. Be realistic, girl. Be realistic, boy. You are valuable. You are wonderful. But you're not all that. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you. You're welcome to like. You're welcome to comment. You're welcome to share this video if it blessed you. And if you've not subscribed, why not click the subscription button before you leave? Have a wonderful day wherever you are. Bye bye.